Hey everyone, welcome back to Coohom and Chill with Ashleigh. I'm Ashleigh, and today I'm going to show you how to create a vaulted ceiling in Coohom using materials and components. This will give you more control over shape, texture, and structure of your ceiling. And I'll also show you how to add wood beams and some other architectural elements. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe, and I hope to see you back here next week. Okay, so first thing we are going to do to create a vaulted ceiling over materials and components is we are going to raise the ceiling height. This is super important because if you don't do this, your vaulted ceiling is going to be above your ceiling, which is not what we're looking for. And then I'm going to head over to materials and components. It's over on the left. It says materials and components. We're going to click on that. And this is a space where you can draw kind of anything you want. It's a little bit like SketchUp if you've ever used that before. So I'm going to hit my straight line tool. I'm going to find a little snap point over here, and I'm going to go down 48 inches. You're going to see down in the left-hand corner where your measurement is and what you're typing in. Hit 48, and then I am going to go across the room and make sure that this is doing an intersection point. And sometimes it takes a second to find because I want this to go straight across. So let's see, we're on the face. You can do it, buddy. And it really is a little bit of finagling sometimes. It's not crazy intuitive, but we can do it. Okay. Oh, I just found it and I went off. Okay, so intersection point. You're also going to see that it's a green dashed line, so look for that as well, but you want it to say intersection point. Then we are just going to go back up, looking for intersection point again, and then go across. And now I have created a rectangle. We are then going to take this into a triangle. So find your midpoint in this triangle, come up from the other corner, midpoint, excellent. Now we are going to delete the middle triangle, and these two triangles are what is going to create our vaulted ceiling. I'm going to click on my push-pull tool right here, and then we're simply going to pull this triangle out to our wall here. And then again with this, you just kind of eyeball it to line them up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that it's inside of the walls that you are right outside of the wall that you are using. And then we're going to pull these over. Again, just kind of eyeballing to measure them up. I'm not doing anything on the exterior with modeling, so that's not a big deal for me. Okay, so now we have our vaulted ceiling. Pretty cool. Now, something to note, once you have drawn something in materials and components, this is the only space that you can change the material. And we will dive into materials a little bit more, but if anything is drawn in here, you have to change it in here. So don't get frustrated if you try to change a material back in our other model space or floor planner. Just know that you have to come into materials and components. Doesn't mean it can't not be changed. Now, say you want to add a beam down this center line. Here's how I would do this. I would simply draw a rectangle along here. I'm not making this perfect, but again, down in the left-hand corner, we have length and width of what size you would like this to be. I'm just going to eyeball it. Now I'm going to use my push-pull tool again, and I'm just going to pull this across. And then say I want it to go all the way through. Again, I'm just going to pull that up. So now we have a beam down the center, which is pretty cool. You can also add your beams along here if you'd like to add that little element as well. And now I'm going to pop back over to our floor planner. I'm just going to do my undo button for this beam and hop back over to our floor planner. And we will also see the vaulted ceiling in there. Note when you click on it, it's going to say modeling editor. So you're going to have to go back in there if you want to make any changes. And then let's add a beam from here. I'm going to go into construction, columns and beams. Now, columns and beams are basically the same thing when you pop in here. I am going to use this modern wooden pillar. I'm going to pop this in here. Now we've got it facing the wrong way. I'm just going to go over to my axis and hit 90. Now we are facing the correct way, and I am just going to place this guy right on there. I'm going to go over to my 2D. Okay, so we're a little off. Make some adjustments. I'm going to turn my scale button off because I just want to change the length. Figure out which one the length is. It's not that. Okay, so it's actually the height. Sometimes you just gotta finagle it. And then go back to my 3D, pull it down into the space because it will adjust that a little bit. And then just move him over, and now I have a wood beam as well. And you can do that with your beams along here. It's just playing with your X, Y, and Z axis to get that lined up correctly. So pretty cool. And then next week, I hope you stick around and we will go over furniture and doing some customization on furniture as well. Have a good one.